So, do you like playing board games?
Nah.
I didn't think so.
Nah. All right,
So,
podcast over. Peace out.
All right, this is fun. It's really easy in this hobby to obsess over it and to get a lot of games and to play a game once and have it sit on your shelf and not play for a while. And I would like to talk about games that you and I would like to get back to the table that we have not played in a while. You cannot mention The Gallerist again because you already talked about that one.
Yeah.
But then I'm proud of you for doing that.
Right.
Just as like an individual, as a human being, I'm just proud of you, man.
Thank you.
And I hope you know that.
I know it's a huge step. Huge step.
Yeah, big step. So what else have you been playing? Or no, that's not the right question. What do you want to bring back to the table? That's what we're talking about. What games we want to bring back to the table?
Here's what I want to do. I'm going through my newly updated Board Game Geek collection list so that I have my games just at a fingertip away. And I'm scrolling, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I have this, and that. And then I saw this game. And in this game, I envision 2 weekends from now, me and 4 other people sit around a table and we break out Fury of Dracula 3rd edition, baby. Ooh, Fury of Dracula is so good. There's a 4th edition made by WizKids that is essentially just a straight reprint. They did some things like they made the models, I think, a little bit bigger and some of the art a little bit bigger. But Fury of Dracula is like by far one of my... I was going to say it's like my favorite, heaviest like hidden movement game, but it's like in that category, that's probably the only game that exists. But man, I love me some Fury of Dracula, specifically 3rd edition. I think it's fantastic, and you have to play with a whole lot of people, right? Because as Dracula, and I've played as Dracula twice. I've played as a hunter once, but as Dracula, as you just have all these heroes like just bickering one another about this game, it is just amazing.
That's so funny.
It's great. I love Fear of Dracula.
That's is what I need to try because I've tried Letters from Whitechapel and got rid of it. It was fine. But I really like... What's the sci-fi one?
Spectre Ops.
Spectre Ops.
Yep.
I love Spectre Ops. I feel like it's a very distilled down version of this.
Yep.
This hidden movement where essentially there's one person that's going around the board trying to do an objective while the other people don't know where they are, but they're trying to find them. I just love Spectre Ops, and I don't know if I want anything heavier than that. I'm also terrible at these games in either role. But Fury of Dracula. Fury of Dracula does intrigue me, and maybe I should just jump in and try it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, you have the group of people to do it, right? You can at least get like 4 or 5 people into a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
So the WizKids version is great. I think it's good. I think the production quality is there. I would say,
is it easy to teach?
No, so I was gonna say like Letters of Whitechapel and Spectre Ops are kind of on the light to medium side of complexity. Fury of Dracula is definitely crunchier than both of those games. So it's like the Gallerist in a sense that this is a game that you kind of have to give your attention to, and it's going to feel uncomfortable. Like a pair of new underwear. First, first it's like restrictive, but then it becomes a part of you. Fury of Dracula in that sense, like, it's kind of weird.
Is that Wayne's World?
It's Wayne's World, yeah.
Thank you, Kip.
So Fury of Dracula, specifically Dracula himself. I found Dracula to be harder to play because Dracula has like this whole deck of cards and he's putting down where he is on this track. And as the heroes of the game are trying to track him down, he has to be responsible of making sure that you flip over the card that you were previously on in order to make sure that it's right. And if you tend to lose that, the whole game might be kind of ruined. It's really weird because it kind of feels a little bit like Mansions of Madness 1st edition, where it's just like, if you kind of forget something, the whole game can be a little bit wonky. But when it works so well. And if anything, now that I'm thinking about it off the cuff, If Fantasy Flight could put out a game, like if they could make like Fury of Dracula 2.0 like they did with Mansions, like best game of all time. Like I would say that without a doubt. They'd be so sweet. But Fury of Dracula 4th edition, strongly recommend. Getting that whole group of people in, I think you'd like it. I think you'd like it. Play as a hero. Don't play as Dracula. Just get some other guy to play and learn Dracula. It'll be a lot more fun for you and less fun for them.
All right. I'll check it out. That's cool. All right, one game I want to talk about is a game that I threw down a good chunk of change for, and I've only played it a couple times, and that is, well, I'm going to have you guess. No, it's Food Chain Magnate. I'm not going to have you guess.
I would never have gotten it. You would have had to throw in like food puns all day long, and I still would have been like, I would have been angry because you made food puns, and I was like, stop it, you're hungry, go eat something.
I am very hungry to play this game again, and I would recommend it. I can't think of any good food puns. Anyway, Food Chain Magnate is a splatter spill. Is that the brand?
It's a splatter.
Splatter. Yeah, the brand, the publisher. This game is absolutely incredible. There's a reason why it is so popular. In this game, you are essentially creating a restaurant and marketing to the neighborhoods and having them come to your restaurant to eat burgers and fries and drinks and stuff and so forth. And you do different types of advertising campaigns on this map, either like in mailboxes or flying over with like an airplane thing, like a banner thing, or over the radio, I think, things like that. And so you're trying to advertise to them and also manage your employers, not at a restaurant level, but more like a corporate level. As you're doing these with cards, and they all do different things, and they all change the different how you're advertising and things like this. This game is so amazing, and you will feel so stupid playing this game because it's actually not that complicated of a game. But in order to do well, that's where the challenge comes from. And I've played this game maybe 3 times at this point. It's the only game where I've actually purchased a wood insert for because I cared about this game so much. I almost lost this game when my basement flooded and my game room flooded, which is a nightmare that I'll tell the story at another time. But it survived that, luckily. It's okay. So you have not played this game then?
No, I've played it and I don't care for it.
Yeah, I feel like this is a very love it or hate it type game. I tried playing with my wife. I loved it. She hated it. I played it with 2 of my friends.
Team Val.
Yeah, boom. I think they wanted to try it again. I don't remember. This was like over a year ago. But man, this is definitely a game I want to bring back. They did announce an actual expansion for it called the Ketchup Mechanic, which is just genius. Just
what a dad
genius.
Joke. What a dad joke for a board game.
I know.
I don't know. There's something about that. Something about Food Chain Magnate that is like I can't get past the whole like prototype look of the game.
See, and that's funny because I love the aesthetics of it. I'm definitely in the minority there, but I love it. I love it as a package. I love it as a whole package. Food Chain Magnate.
Mustard, what? You get married to it.
Oh my gosh. Let's just go on to the next game. But I'm probably not going to get that expansion because I don't play this game enough to warrant an expansion.
Yeah.
Plus, it won't fit in my nice wooden box. So
is that the Go 7 insert for it?
No. I bought it off Etsy.
Oh, okay. Maybe not then. Like Go 7 is like an insert company that uses like high quality, like sturdy wood.
Oh,
not
really?
Like birch wood. Yeah, they're so expensive, but I think Go 7 had like an early wooden insert for it that was like super nice. Does it like sit up in the box? Like you'd have like the box and then you can okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's real nice. It's real nice.
Real nice.
All right. Anyway, that's Food Chain Magnate by Splatter.
The next game I want to talk about is Yokohama. I was at Japan almost 1 year ago. It was like in March.
Wow.
March of this next year would have been 1 year. And much like Jack Shepherd from Lost, we got to go back. And the only way we can go back is if I play Yokohama at this point because it's so expensive to go to Japan.
That's my beard. I'm 4th season Jack beard. That's a good length.
Wow, my wife will be really impressed you know that.
Well, yeah, at the end of the fourth season is like one of the best twists of any show I've ever seen in my life.
I think you and my wife just became best friends.
You think they're all flashbacks, but they're all flash forwards.
I know.
And they're okay. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Whoa.
Anyway,
yeah, you just ruined it for
Yokohama.
everybody.
It's 10 years old. You're fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yokohama by TMG just blessed this whole publisher. Tasty Minstrel Games just puts out some of the greatest, I think, produced games of all time. And I love everything. I pay attention to whatever TMG comes out. And Yokohama is actually having a Kickstarter right now. And the current dilemma that I'm having is whether or not I drop $80 to get the game again, but with the bigger box and all of the official wooden pieces for it, which I was able to buy on, what's that one bit store? There's like a couple of bit stores that you can get upgrades on, but
Go 7.
no, I hate you. Anyways, like I don't have the upgraded buildings, and that's the thing is like the insert is 2 wooden boats, and then every player has their own little like sheet, and that in the little 3D, I'm backing it. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, I am
sorry.
too. Just
like,
you talking about this.
like I think about it and I go back and forth. I'm just like, just put it on the card and think about it later. But like this game, it's a beast to set up. It looks really complicated, and I think you even talked about Yokohama on this podcast. But man, it's a joy to play. It's so easy to play. Check it out. Yokohama Duel, which is the 2-player version, and then the reprint of Yokohama Deluxe is ending soon, which may even be close by the time this comes out. But that is a game on my list that just needs to come back out. Yokohama by TMG.
So, should I, having neither of them, Yokohama or Yokohama Duel, if I was only to get, I think I'm just gonna get one. I don't think I want to get Duel.
I was gonna say probably get Duel because if you play with your wife, would you play more with your friends or with your wife more?
I play it with my wife more.
Then get Duel, I think. Well, okay, so you can actually watch. There's videos out there about how Yokohama Duel plays, but as I said, it's a kind of a chore to set up. Even for 2-player for regular Yokohama. And I think Yokohama Duel takes that and just simplifies it even more with the same type of, I think, style of game. I would do that. That would be my suggestion, I think.
All right.
So
I hit remind me, so it will remind me.
There you go.
And then I'll remind myself. All right, I'll talk about a game. I'm talking about a game that I have not played in years. Why it's on this list. I don't know if you just saw me like make a fist. That's how like passionate I am about wanting to play this game again. I haven't played this game for years.
Yeah.
Sentinels of the Multiverse.
Ooh, okay.
This game, I loved this game and I played it a bunch. And I have like 3 Kickstarters worth of stuff for this game. It's a very simple comic book style superhero teams fighting one bad guy type game, and it's all card based. Finicky as all get out, but they do have a great app. Ooh, I wonder if they still have that app. See, it's been so long but there's an iPad app that managed all the finicky type stuff, fiddly type stuff. But each character is a deck of cards. Each bad guy is a deck of cards. Each location where you are is a deck of cards, and so everything. I mean, it's just so like light and not random, but it's not a game you can take seriously. But I keep looking at this game and all those beautiful decks of cards I have nicely organized. I have so much promo stuff for this. I just want to get this game back to the table and play it again. I'm kind of hoping that I'll play it again and realize that it sucks, so then I don't feel that need to play it anymore and I can get rid of it. But I don't think that's going to happen. I loved this game. Each character is so different. There are dozens and dozens of characters and they all just play differently, and you're trying to find good combinations of what heroes work well together to fight the specific bad guy. Man, this game is so good and so easy to play it. I don't know. Did you ever play this game?
No, but I have seen the suitcase of an all-in box that
oh my gosh,
you can
it's
buy.
insane.
It's literally the size of a small suitcase, and I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we're exaggerating that. I've seen it.
No.
It is the most ridiculous box I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh man, I want to play this now. I'm
how
just
is
not
it
sure
close
who I can
to
force it on. Huh?
Nothing. I get that game sometimes mixed up with Legendary.
So, very different games. Legendary is a deck builder. This, you have a deck of cards already that you're drawing a hand from and playing those cards.
Mm-hmm.
Legendary plays easier, I think, and flows well. That's one strength that Legendary has. This game is just so fiddly, and you're just trying to combo your cards and do damage and not die.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't compare at all. At all.
That's
Same goes with
how.
Multiverse. Who published this? I think back then, Greater Than Games, and probably still, actually. I think that's right.
Really?
Ooh,
I
is
thought
that
it was
right?
like Upper Deck.
No, that's Legendary.
I thought I don't know. It feels like it could be an Upper Deck published game.
No, it is. It is. Man, I should probably fill this with something smarter while I'm typing Sentinels into. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Tell me about your game and I'll look.
All right, just really abruptly interrupt me as I'm talking to you about my next game.
You know that's how I do it.
Dinosaur Island.
I found it. It's Greater Than Games.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Like early Greater Than Games.
I was gonna say because doesn't Greater Grand Games don't they have Spirit Island? Isn't that their thing?
Oh yeah, it totally is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Why? Why the boy?
Yeah, boy.
Oh Jesus. Dinosaur Island is a game. Boy.
Yeah, boy.
Boy. Boy.
Now, tell me about Dinosaur Island. I just played a lot of God of War, and he says "boy" a lot in that, but it's more like
he's just like boy at random times.
Yeah. Anyway, Dinosaur Island.
Dinosaur Island, yeah. This game I really want to get back onto the table. The expansion Totally Liquid came out, and I opened up everything, and it's like, oh man, there's so much cool stuff in here, and I put it promptly back in the box and let it sit on top of the base game. And I also have an insert coming for it, so that's pretty much what's going to happen. Is it's like this game is being played once I get the insert built.
Is that such a funny criteria?
Because it's like then we can access everything so easily. But no, Dinosaur Island is a really fun like 5-phase game about building your own dino park and getting those meeples and playing with them when it's not your turn. Big chunky amber dice. The slap wrist watch thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is a game that was published by Panasaurus that was a huge Kickstarter that made a significant amount of money and then came back for a reprint with this game and Dulosaur and made over $1 million buckaroonies.
I think it was like 2.8 million, wasn't it?
It was a lot of money. It was at least $1 million, that's for sure.
It was a lot.
And in this game again, you're just like you have all these 5 phases. They're essentially like either in front of you or on the board, and it flows really well. You know, each phase of the game just plays out really well, and it's fun. And I think it's really thematic in terms of like they went hardcore into this like early '90s Nickelodeon style part of the the game. In fact, the first edition came with Pogs. Which is funny because everyone was like, I have this sheet of Punch that I can't really identify with the game. They're like, that's Pogs.
So they actually did that with this version too, but they are not Pogs. They are too small to be Pogs.
I think so.
They're
yeah.
like small Pogs.
Yeah, they're like small Pogs. Yeah, I mean they're like funsy Pogs, like not legit Pogs. But what's
2,045,000.
Really, it's 2 million.
Yeah, man,
wow,
it was a lot.
Yeah,
this game is so good. I burnt myself out on this game after I first got it, which was a few months ago. With the expansion, right? And I played it like 4 times in a row because I loved it. It's a great game.
Yeah.
It's just a game that I need some time before I play it again.
Sure.
Because there's all those expansions that I want to get into.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Totally. We're getting everything. Yeah. Anyways, Dinosaur Island. I hope to get it back out to the table this year for sure.
Yeah, boy. There's one game I want to play that I haven't played in a long time.
Yeah, girl.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah. New Angeles by Fantasy Flight.
Dude!
Have you played this game?
No, and I really want
Oh
to
my
though. I had
gosh,
to
this
get
game
rid of
is
it
so
because
good.
like I held on to it thinking I'd play it, and then I never did. So I just was like, I got to part with you. I
Mm.
need to find. We need to say we're gonna get together to play this game, but don't because then it'll ruin everything.
The Cosmos won't let you
Yeah.
play it. I've only played with 6 players. I've played it a few times. And this game is about trying to accomplish your own goals, and you win by only beating a specific other player, not necessarily everyone else in the game. But there are, it's like a hidden role game because people don't really know who each other are.
Yep.
And you're filling the map with bad guys, and you're trying to get rid of them, and you're betting on agendas, and you're just doing all these things, and it's a long game, it's a meaty game.
Yep.
There's some semi co-opness to it because there's potential for the game to win if you guys don't play well enough together.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, this game is so good, and I want to play it again as soon as possible with 6 players. It is a beefy game, beefy, but I definitely want to play that game again, and you need to play it. Go find that copy and just own it, and own it until you play it, because it's worth it. Now, people do give it crap because... Actually, why did they give it crap? What was the criticism for this game?
The criticism of the
out?
game is that if the players don't play along, then the game just kind of comes to a screeching halt.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's like if players aren't used to like wheeling and dealing, then
Yes, that's right.
then you're to a point where like that's the thing with like Rising, like going back to Rising Sun, right? Like Rising Sun has this whole thing, this whole tea ceremony thing where you're supposed to like, mingle and make alliances with people. And a lot of the times though, it's just like, you want to ally again? Oh, sure. I guess so.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's as much as the players make it. And if the players don't make the game something, then the game flops. But if the players get into it, then it becomes, I think, a magical experience. And for me, I think the reason why a game like that works for me is because I had a slog of a diplomacy session that I played through in which you have no choice but to do that. And when you come out of a game of diplomacy, your life essentially changes. You become like the next level of human being in terms of like interacting with people, I feel, because
Yes. Oh, yes.
yeah, it's intense. And so like a game like New Angeles is fantastic for me to think about, but in my gaming group, I just don't think anyone wants to play it. So
Yeah, that's right.
I honestly think it's just going to have to be a game that I play with you if I ever meet you in real life. And then after that game, actually, no, stipulations is that if we knock each other out, the podcast ends.
Ooh, I like that.
It just ends. We just shake hands
It's
and
just
never
gone.
speak
Well,
with each other again.
It was a pleasure. I'll never see you again.
Yep.
That's completely right. This game is completely dependent upon your game group. If you guys like manipulating each other and try and full of trickery and deception, oh man, this is a great game. But seriously, if you don't like doing that, then definitely stay away because it is all that and a bag of pretzels. New Angeles.
Asmodee,
Yeah, boy.
Fantasy Flight. Fantasy Flight.
Fantasy Flight. Do you have one more for us, or was that it?
No, that was it. We're gonna do 3, right?
Oh man. Okay, I love talking about older games because I want to get these games back out onto my table.
Stop buying stuff, Jesus.
I know, seriously. But there's that new Fantasy Flight Star Wars game. I'm gonna buy Outer Rim. That's the next one on my list. I am going to buy that and play it.
I have no interest in that game. So
Man.
tell me how it is.
I will. Here's the thing: if it's Fantasy Flight and it's Star Wars, it's like an insta buy for me.
Is it really?
And I've been burned before. Let's see, especially with Fantasy Flight, Rebellion.
Yeah, which
I
is
hate that.
you wait.
I hate that game.
Really?
Absolutely hate Rebellion.
Oh. Did we have
it's
a
such a
discussion about this
slug.
game before?
I don't know. I think we keep talking about it, or I want to bring it up on the podcast or at some point. I remember. But every time I play it, we always have to look up rules. It's impossible for the rebels to win. I've played it maybe like 6 or 7 times. No, that's a lot. 4 or 5 times. I don't know. And I don't know if I think I want to play it with someone who's played it a lot and learn from them.
Oh, sure.
But I don't know if I want to invest the time, because every time we're investing 3 hours into this game,
Yeah.
and it's just never been worth it. Anyway, but I'm going to give Outer Rim a try just because I want to support them making Star Wars board games, and I want them to ultimately see the value in reskinning Twilight Imperium to Star Wars.
It'll happen, I think. Wait,
Oh my
no,
gosh.
would it happen? No.
I don't know.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, that's
It's
what
my
rebellion
dream.
is. That's what rebellion is. I feel on a
No.
2-player scale.
Yeah,
Kind of.
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
No. No, boy.
No.
Anyway, okay, if you were going to go buy a game right now that you could actually hold in your hand, what would it be?
It was gonna be Reich. It was gonna be. Was it Reichold, the Uwe
Oh,
Rosenberg
yeah.
game? Yeah, I almost
Yeah, that
bought
was
that
cool.
game. It's that. So at the local convention, the local gaming store that I go to was there, and they had a fairly large selection. I mean, they brought a chunk of their store to that whole like vendor hall, and I was like, there was like a Valentine's Day sale going at all their other stores, which was an extra 15% off normally. So it would have been like a 30% off game. I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I could maybe, give that game a shot for like $40. And they're like, nah, it doesn't apply here, but it's like, it's our last copy. And I'm like, like I'm not going to be suckered into that.
Yeah.
So I passed on it. And then I think that was like going to be the next biggest thing that I was going to buy. Crystal Clans was $20. I thought about that
That's
game.
such a good game.
Yeah, I thought about getting Crystal Clans for $20. Age of Towers was there that I thought about getting, which was this game that like has this kind of interesting appeal. It's big box. Graphic design looks nice. I just didn't really know about the game. It's like one of these things is like, if a game's on sale like that, it's like, is it good? Like, I don't know.
I know.
It's
I
a
know.
hard sell at that point. But I would say that it was going to be Reichhold. That was going to be that
Yeah.
game for me from Uwe.